Good morning, star seeds. We are here for another reading. I am so happy to be here. We have had so much crazy energy in the collective the past couple of days, like so crazy. And personally, you might be a person who this has really done a number on you. We had some major time dilation yesterday, and yes, if you are finding this message is for you, and it is timeless. So even though I'm talking about certain measures of time, such as terms like yesterday and today, this is actually more corresponding to where you are in your energy. So these few days have like really knocked me out. I've been so tired. So you might find that too, that you've been really tired. It's just been weird stuff happening, like Mandela effect stuff, like where if something was there before, it's not there now, or like it'll look like it's raining outside and then you go outside and it's completely dry. Like that's happened to me more than once. Stuff like that, stuff that makes you think that you're crazy, or like tripping or something, like, but it's real. That's time dilation, and it's the energies coming in off of our sun that are being pulled in by the earth. The center of the earth, our electromagnetic field actually pulls in vibrations off the sun as we get higher and higher in our vibrations. So we are rapidly ascending in our planetary ascension, our planetary alignment. We're getting there. So Six of Swords, yeah. So keep on focusing, keep looking for clues, look for the signs. I like to call them clues because that's sort of what they feel like to me. I like to pretend like I like to, sort of take it as if I'm solving a mystery, and that is what you were doing for the collective. The more that you figure out yourself, the more the collective can figure out, because everything that you figure out goes into the collective. That's how it works. That's how consciousness works. So put together your pieces, and we'd love to see what you come back with. Most of my channeling is through the Pleiadian stream of consciousness. So take that as you will. It is what it is, and take it as a clue if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've got the sun, we've got the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, everything is moving up for you. The Six of Swords, we are ascending. He is even literally hiking into the clouds there, and he is not scared of the weapons that are there and he's using them to leverage himself up. So anything that comes at you these days, things that are trying to make you feel scared, those are your signs that you are ascending. So stuff that's trying to trigger you, you need to use those as those triggers as leverage to be able to get to ascend higher. So anything that kind of slightly brings you down, think of it like a rubber band popping back out. If something brings you down, like that stretches you down, just wait and try to relax. And when you're able to fully relax, that's when the rubber band pops back up and you ascend even higher than you were before. So ride those waves, and you have been in this period of feeling like left out in the cold. You've been feeling maybe even abandoned by people in your life, abandoned by your world, abandoned by your schema for how to live. It's like, where is everything that's previously given structure to your life, and why is it not providing you comfort anymore? It's making you feel like everything that you've ever worked for and built up just sort of doesn't make much sense anymore. And it's kind of a scary feeling. It feels like the rug has been pulled out from under you. Like you've been so comfortable standing here, and you didn't even realize that you could take your rug and turn it into a magic carpet and go flying around. And when you look down, the rug's even gone. So it's like, you're like, I don't know what direction to take. I don't know what I need to be doing in my world to bring my vibration high enough. But all you need to do is keep taking steps, and don't get dragged down by the things that drag you down. Try to surf those waves and use them as leverage, because every time a wave builds up, there's always a swell that pulls the water back into the wave so that it can curl up. So you picture if you're standing in the ocean and you feel a wave coming, it's almost like it pulls you down and backwards and around before you get to be able to ride the wave, or before the wave crashes. So if you can get your body and get your spirit in sync with the swells, then it will not feel like you are being pulled under all the time. You will feel like you're able to ride those waves and use them as opportunities to get higher and get closer to your paradise island. So King of Torches in reverse. Your person, this, okay, so I talk about divine masculine and divine feminine, which are ways of talking about polarity, which it's exactly like in a magnet where there's the north and south pole, or the positive and negative pole, I mean, or on the earth where there's the north and the south poles. Gender is, we're not talking about gender, we're not talking about sexuality, we're not talking about sexual orientation. All of these things are dimensions of reality and dimensions of polarity, but they are all false constructs. They are not real. But we have these words that we are going to keep using that are masculine and feminine. And so there's not a set definition for the characteristics of something that looks masculine or looks feminine or is or isn't masculine or feminine, except for the way that these poles behave in relation to each other. So when one charge comes up to another charge, depending on their charges, one of them is going to receive energy from the other one. The one that receives energy is the feminine. The one that gives the energy is the masculine. But they enter into this infinite loop with each other. In a real true love bond, you enter into this everlasting loop where the energy just flows and flows between you. So when we're talking about masculine and feminine, it's talking about like puzzle pieces that are made for each other, that come together, and the energy that's put out of each charge is equal and opposite to the energy that comes into the charge, such that they are able to bond for eternity. So masculine and feminine is like I said, it's another way of saying positive and negative poles. And unlike with magnets in our 3D reality, like a bar magnet, unlike with a magnet, there is the true masculine and feminine, the divine masculine and feminine, the union of those two never loses its charge. So a magnet over time loses its charge, and you have to find a way to charge it using different earth metals to do that. But and just like a battery loses its flow, it loses its charge, it loses its spark, it runs out. The circuit runs and runs and runs in the battery until it runs out. But the divine masculine and the divine feminine are the archetypes of these two polarities. And within the context of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, those polarities are equal and opposite. There's one does not outweigh the other, one does not overpower the other, and they're able to come into a cooperative union, which makes infinity accessible to all of us. So the King of Torches, this is your masculine. If you, or it could be you if you're the masculine. This is, but I I flow with divine feminine energy, and that is part of my ascension path, is the path of the divine feminine. And so the King of Torches that's coming in is going to be either your person or it's you, and it does not matter if you identify as a man or a woman, identify as non-binary, identify as any of these other beautiful dimensions of reality and dimensions of being, because what am I trying to say? Ooh, I just lost that. That's weird. Hang on a second. Well, okay, it'll come back. So we have our King of Torches here. This is your masculine coming in. He has been here, and this could also be you in the King of Torches energy. That's what I was going to say. You can be, just because you identify with the divine feminine energy primarily, it does not mean that you are not equally and oppositely intertwined and entangled with the energy of the divine masculine. So the divine masculine is just the other side of your coin. So the other side of the coin is also useful information. So the King of Torches, the way of, if you are moving into a twin flame union, the readings that we do and the energy that comes in from the opposite polarity as you can be taken as a direct mirror guide to your path. So if we look at the divine masculine, that will not only be representing your actual twin flame coming in, but it also represents the part of you that needs to come in balance before your twin flame union can be manifested. So your King of Torches energy, the King of Torches is masculine who is very, he has a lot of vitality. He's passionate. He is a manifester. He is able to get things done. He is fully magical. There's a lot of sexual energy in the torches, the suit of torches, and so likewise the King of Torches is a very sexy masculine. So he's very good looking, very sexy, and so he's in reverse here because y'all haven't quite gotten there yet. We have the sun in the upright, and that is where we are moving. You are hiking, you are making your way to your happily ever after, making your way to your best life, making your way to the ascension. This is the ultimate manifestation, is the sun. It's like everything you've ever wanted, everything that you didn't know that you wanted coming in. And it is a direct, moving away. It has no Five of Cups energy in it whatsoever. That's like pure shadow is the Five of Cups. The King of Torches is still making his way here. It just hasn't quite come in. The King of Torches, he is moving through fire for you, and you have been moving through water for him. So the two of you are going to come together, and at that point you will neutralize each other and create this beautiful union of your two energies. And it's when water is poured on fire, it sizzles. It's like this incredible reaction between the two that turns both of them turns it into smoke and steam. And that is what's going to be when your masculine comes in. It's going to feel like all of the trouble that's been happening is going to be burned away, and there's going to be just this magical, mystical union that happens between the two of you. And here we see this is like the flip, this card, the Six of Swords, shows, here you are marching up towards the ascension, and at the base is underneath the mirror image of this is, or underneath this cloud, you see here, there's a mirror image of the swords sticking down. So this is to signify that the masculine and the feminine are doing mirror image work, and the two of you are moving up together. And you know, here it's a masculine carrying a little child, and this is, you know, you have been doing all the work yourself. You've been doing everything, but you know that in the background, your masculine is doing some stuff that you could never imagine, the type of work that you could never imagine doing, and he is doing it, and it is also bolstering your progress. So as the masculine moves away from these lower timelines and moves into these upper timelines with you, you are both coming into a union where you will take care of and protect each other. And you come into paradise. This is New Earth. So New Earth is a way of describing where we're going to be when the ascension happens. And the ascension is already happening, but this is what we're moving towards, is this new Earth, the Earth changing the hologram of the Earth so that we are not a manifestation of shadow anymore, so that we are a manifestation of pure light. And we will not need the distinction of the shadow, the experience of the shadow, in order to be able to appreciate the light anymore. That's what New Earth is going to be like. So it's going to be pure love. That's where, you know, your union with your masculine is one of just absolute pure ecstatic love. Like there's no, like the term unconditional love, you won't know what that means until you come into union with your divine masculine. And often when you are first woken up by them, or when you first wake each other up, as I should say, that is when you realize that you have this capacity for unconditional love, and you didn't even know what that was before. Like, you know, people say that there's unconditional love for your children, unconditional love maybe for your partner, but you don't understand unconditional love until you come into union with your partner. And this is, you know, putting aside mothers and children, like there will always be unconditional love between mothers and children, but sometimes it's not experienced as unconditional love. Like sometimes, you know, all mothers unconditionally love their children, but some mothers aren't able to be there for their children, be there with their children, aren't able to parent in a non-toxic way. And this is the shadow coming in that disrupts unconditional love. But what you find when you come into union with your significant other, or when you start rapidly moving towards it, is that the unconditional love that you have felt for your child, or that your mother felt for you, or that you felt for your mother, has not, you realize that it has had conditions in there, meaning it just has had, there have been strings attached, like just like it's been messy. It's like hard to love it hurts a lot. And that is a sign, that is the way that the shadow works within our realm right now, because we can have unconditional love, but it's cloaked in shadows and it's hidden, and everybody knows that, you know, like this idea that your mother is always going to love you no matter what, even if you go to prison or murder someone or something like that. There's this like idea that will be true, but a lot of the times it's like, if you've gotten to the point of murdering someone, then it's like, where was mom in the first place? So it's like that unconditional love was there the whole time, but nobody was able to really embody and express it. And so likewise with your divine masculine and your divine feminine, you're going to realize you run into this person who you can't actually be around because the unconditional love is so powerful. It's so, so powerful that it's like you never run away from the consciousness of that unconditional love. Whereas in all of our other earthly relationships up to now, there are factors that make us run from unconditional love, that make unconditional love, make the feeling of love inaccessible to us. So here we have 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and the Fool in reverse, and some thunder. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles, this is where you've really gotten going on your path. So this is like there are 3 swords here as they're moving up and 3 down here, but you still see the duality of the dark and the light on this card. But with the 3 of Pentacles, those are your pentacles. They're your manifestations that you've been working towards. Here's your Prince of Cups coming in. And the 4 of Swords. Okay, we'll take these. And your 7 of Pentacles, that is like the work that you're waiting for your work to come in. The Fool is in reverse here. And usually, I love to see the Fool in the upright, but it means new beginnings and it means this powerful 0-point energy, but guess what? You're already in that. So we're not going to have to retrace steps this time. We're not going to have to go back to the Fool's energy to keep harvesting our pentacles. You are moving up in your ascension. You're not going to have to go back to any place that you were before. You're never going to go back as low as you've ever been. You're never going to go, you're not going to have to go back into this dark shadow work. Your Prince of Cups, he is so cute. Prince of Cups is a neat archetype. I love this deck, by the way, because y'all know I love my decks. This one is by Tilly Walden, and it's the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, and it has a cool little magnet on the bottom, which is very satisfying. And I really love this art, and I don't say that lightly. I know that I say that a lot, but I wouldn't be doing all this work if I didn't think that all this is like really beautiful, cool art. And these drawings, they remind me of some books when I was really little, and the colors and everything, and they're sort of nostalgic to me in a way. And the Prince of Cups, he's so cute. Cups is the suit of emotions and sentimentality, sensuality. The Prince of Cups is like, it's like puppy love. It's like your divine masculine when he is in this youthful energy where it's almost impractical how much he cares about you in the way that he tries to show you his love. But like you see all the chaos around him and all the fish are jumping, and but he is standing there steady and looking at he knows what he wants. He knows he wants you. But the Prince of Cups, he has a little bit of trouble keeping from being distracted by his love. He's like, okay, I love you so much, I've got to go home and write you a poem. And you're like, but can we just hang out too? So the Prince of Cups is really cute. He's really sweet. And it seems like this is like the energy that your divine masculine might be in right now. And we've got the 4 of Swords. So it's like, he needs a rest. He's like trying to get his strength up to be able to come to you as your emperor. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles. Look at all this, y'all. Okay, so what do we even have? This is all Pentacles here. So we've got Pentacles and Cups. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles, that's like you know, that is your emperor. That is another way of just saying your emperor there. It is abundance. It is like with your emperor comes this abundance and this wealth, financial stability, beautiful home, beautiful garden, beautiful car, you know, if you want a car, beautiful bike, whatever. It's like all the stuff that you exactly want, whatever that looks like for you, that is what you're gonna have in this Ten of Pentacles energy. And when you get your Emperor, it's all gonna come together at the same time. So the Eight of Pentacles, that is also, it's like you've done all the work and you're just waiting for it to come in. So this Four of Swords, he needed this rest here. Prince of Cups needed a rest to be able to grow up a little bit, to get into this Emperor energy. And before that, we have the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. The Eight of Cups is like moving on from something, and he's not going to move on from this time. He's not going to have to move on to a new perspective. Eight of Cups is like you've manifested all this stuff, and then you can tell it's not exactly what you want it to be. So you make a decision to move on. And our Emperor doesn't have to do that this time. He is looking around and he's like, look how much I have. He sees all these different ways that he can bring his love to you. He sees all these different ways that he can express himself. And he didn't realize that there was so much, there was going to be so much of this lighthearted energy when he was able to start coming in. It's not all fire and brimstone like our King of Torches. Like you're going to come out on the other side if you just go, you know, the only way out is through a lot of the time. And that is, you know, the King of Torches blindly walks through fire for you. And he comes into this energy of being your Emperor. So, Ten of Cups. Oh, Ten of Cups. Let's see. Ten of Cups, and it gave me Seven of Torches and Strength. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Like you've got all the Ten of Pentacles is like the ultimate success story. Ten of Cups is like the ultimate happily ever after. Like you've got all this, and I already said the Sun is like a combination of all of these. So you've got all this cool energy coming in. The Seven of Torches, we've got it. It's like all the strife that's been there is falling away. You can feel it kind of falling away. It's like you start looking around in your periphery and it's like you saw something there, but then there's nothing there. And that's not a bad thing. It's like, oh, okay, good. I thought there was something there. Was I trying to remember something? And you feel like it's something that you have anxiety about, and then you start to try to remember, and then you're like, wait a minute, maybe not. And your anxiety goes away. That's like this energy of the Seven of Torches that I'm seeing in reverse, where it's like all these distractions, these dark shadows are falling away, and you can let them fall away because you're coming into this energy of all these happily ever afters. We've got Strength in reverse, which is an interesting way for strength to come out here. And I think this is saying, you know, you have been strong. You've been, and I really don't even like quantifying the idea of strength. It's because it sort of implies that everything else that isn't strong is bad. Like anything that's not strong is weak, and weak does not have a good connotation whatsoever. But the other side of strength is gentleness, is timidity. It are these beautiful qualities that are there, and you can embrace those. You've been in strength for so long that this is telling you that you can let go of your vice grip on the lower, on, you know, your highest timeline. You can let go and it will come to you. You will flow with it. We are having a storm come in, and you see that we're getting we're losing our light here, which is interesting. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, just like know that everything is falling into place for you. I just see this rapid like the shuffle of all these little pieces coming together for you to create this Ten of Pentacles, and all the bad things are falling away as you release your grip and as you start recognizing that you are moving towards this happily ever after. You are moving towards your ascension. You are getting to a place where you will be in tune with the quantum. You will be in direct resonance with the quantum, and so which means that all your manifestations, you don't have to wait for them to come in. They're going to happen instantaneously. So yeah, well, I'm really proud of y'all. I'm really proud of us. This is a great message of strength. So here comes the thunder. So I am going to get off of here right now, and I hope you have a beautiful day, whatever that means for you, whether that means a thunderstorm or a bright sunny day with a rainbow. I hope you have a beautiful day. See y'all later. Bye.